All right. So I'm gonna be finishing up tape reading New York session, and uh, yeah, and then also journaling. So, bro, that was just wow. That gave me so much anxiety. That whole situation, like calling Price perfectly, it was great, but I hate just knowing everything, calling Price, and then being only very slightly wrong, like barely. It's just hard, but it is what it is. And you know what? It's just all part of the journey. And I need to journal yesterday as well. So today was a hand of FA off of the first presented for value gap. Actually, it was a seal of FA because it was a precision swing point. But it was a forced version of one. So we have the first presented for value gap here. And yeah, it was just a forced version of it. And we end up getting precision swing point. Actually, now I'm looking at it, this isn't actually that bad of a trade. Um, the main thing is there's no internal sweep of liquidity. That's the main thing. But other than that, it's not terrible. So you can see how this is a precision swing point pin bar, right? Yo, what up, Arash? I'm back. Dude, I just had to take a little breather and just chill out because, dude, that was just. It was both awesome calling Price so well, but also so psychologically difficult because it really tested my psychology. I'm not gonna lie, because you call Price, you pass the count with with my model. Oh my gosh, that makes me so happy. What trade did you take? That makes me so happy, bro. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy for you. Wow, that's awesome, bro. Wow. But yeah, it's days like today where I'm I just gotta be proud of myself for staying psychologically strong because that was really hard. That was really, really hard. I mean, we had an SMT too. 9:30 open? No way. Wait, wait, was there an outside bar? Oh, there was, huh? There was an outside bar right at 9:30. Yo! Yo, there was an outside bar right at 9:30. Oh no, yeah, dang it. There was an outside bar right at 9:30 on the 5 second. And man, this little pullback must have been kind of scary, huh? But you didn't go break even yet, and you held with conviction, dude. That's so sick. That's awesome. Oh my gosh. That is awesome, bro. Wow. Bro, I have a question about the Phoenix model. If the rejection wick is a drawn liquidity like session or previous day's high or low, is it still usable or would you want the end of the wick to be swept? So it's only certain rejection blocks that are going to be Phoenix model, and it's usually gonna be when the rejection block takes some sort of liquidity with SMT. That's gonna be the best Phoenix model. Dang. Yo, this is actually such a good Cantina kill shot. That's that is so cool. Man, you really have to be watching the like 5 second and the 15 second and the 30 second and the 1 minute right at market open, because there will be a Cantina kill shot probably on one of those time frames usually. So insane. So if it's a draw on liquidity, like if it's a true draw on liquidity, yeah, don't use it because it's just the draw on liquidity. Not market open. Data high. Cantina kill shot once again, bro. What the heck, man? We had a Dark Phoenix today, but the end of the 4 hour wick was also London. Yeah, I saw that. Isn't it crazy? Isn't Dark Phoenix so crazy? Was also end of the 4 hour wick was also London high. Yeah. Dude, I'm gonna catch a Dark Phoenix one day and people are gonna finally understand like what I've been saying this whole time is all true. Cause think about it. If Phoenix model works, then you could trade the correlated asset. Like you could just take the same exact trade just on the correlated asset, and when the initial asset hits stop loss, you hit stop loss. It's the same thing, right? Dude, this is so nice, man. And if you entered on the retest of the candle that was outside barred, then that would even be way higher RR. Insane, guys. Genuinely insane. Genuinely so insane. I'd actually mark it like this. Boom. That I'm so happy for you, man. Okay, let's go ahead and mark this out as Cantina kill shot. So you took it on the 5 second or what? 15 second? Was probably the 5 second, huh? That's so awesome. One minute IPG also closed and entered that confirmation. Wow, that's awesome. Yeah, and so also, guys, this was a precision pin bar, PSP on the 15 minute. That's another reason why I really like this. So I'm gonna save this real quick. Let's go ahead and add this to today. So today is March 5th, 26, Thursday. And it really goes to show you really just have to hold it and hold it with conviction, you know? And you get rewarded for that. $9.30 Katina kill shot, 5 second. So dope. Okay. So yeah, the trade I took, I'm looking at it and you know, I can get why I liked it because I wanted to get in. Let's just be so for real. I wanted to get in because I knew we were gonna go higher. I was just a little too. I think I was just a little too greedy with this wanting to get in. right? We had the first center for value gap. We have a 15-second precision swing point, which is just a pin bar. It's a pin bar where a correlated asset creates a different colored pin bar. That's a PSP. And anyway, yeah, I took this. The main thing is there's not an internal sweep. That's the main thing. And time and price aren't aligned. But I knew the bias. I really wanted to get in. It's okay. It's okay. It's just a loss, you know? But anyway, sucks because if it did play out, it obviously would have gone pretty far, right? Like I knew we were gonna drop to here. So I saw you long ago. You used to be collected of data, but make less money. Don't it feel different? Not offensive, general. Wait, what? Wait, I have no idea what you just said, Akash. I saw you long ago. You used to be collected a lot of data, but make less money. Don't it feel something different? Not offensive, general. I'm not making money from. Are you talking about from YouTube? Oh, you're talking about with ads? Cause I just started using ads, bro. I don't make that much money from YouTube. Bro, of course, if I'm gonna have the opportunity to monetize my channel, of course I'm gonna do that. So, I mean, I don't know. That's just kind of common sense. But also, I provide all the education for free, and I help everyone for free, and you can watch my live streams for free. so, so I don't know. I don't really know what you're saying. If you're saying I'm trying to be a sellout, I'm genuinely not. I'm just in trading. Not YouTube. I'm not making a ton of money with trading. Like not yet. I'm trying, but I keep messing up. but I'm so close. I'm still hesitant on which rejection blocks to use and which time frame for market open because the other one's usually hours away from being hit. You're gonna have to back test it. It takes a lot of back testing. Yeah, so I was probably gonna go TP1 within here. How many cons was this? 2? So okay, realistically, I was gonna go. Trying to think of how I was gonna do this. I was gonna go TP1, or this was gonna be. I was gonna probably trail it when I got to that high, and then probably target for sure this high, and then eventually the RTH gap I was gonna target, but I was probably gonna trail it, if that makes sense. Like I was gonna trail it. And then also target London high probably as well. Whoops, that's not it. Oh yeah, because it's the RTH. So this is probably how I would have taken this trade, where we had London high, we had the RTH fill, and then I'm just being realistic. This is how I was planning on taking this, and you can see exactly how precise this would have been if I had aligned time and price. But anyway, RTH fill. So I would have gone like this. This is how I would have taken this. First presented for value gap. We ended up getting PSP off of that, SMT with VS. And then probably TP1 here. It's kind of hard to explain, but I would have figured out how to trail this here. Like, I can understand why I took it, but there's no internal sweep, and it's early. It was just early. It wasn't ready to go yet, unfortunately. So, yeah, I probably would have gone something like, let's just pretend that I have 3 TPs. That makes it just easier for me to explain it. That just makes it easier for me to draw it out, because otherwise it just, yeah. So TP1. Yeah, what's up, Akash? How's it going? I shared in your Discord today the entry. Dude, let's go. Woo! Now that is awesome. I'm going to forward this to the... W. Okay, back to what I was saying. So yeah, you guys can kind of see the logic, right? Like, we had an SMT, we got a precision swing point, it was Genesis model as well, but there's no internal sweep, and actually, it's unfortunate, because even when we get an internal sweep, we actually still fail, and only when we come down to this Reaper imbalance here, only then do we finally go higher. But, you know what? It just goes to show you really have to align time and price, and as well, like, let's see, we manipulated all the true opens. We even manipulated 730 here, actually. So we dropped back down below 730. And then... yeah, 922 is over there. It's tough, guys. I don't think it was a terrible trade, but there's no internal sweep. I'll give it push trade approval. I will, unfortunately, I would not take this again just because time and price aren't aligned. We need to come down here, so it's okay. It's all good, though. So this is how I would have taken this. I probably would have gone break even, like, within here. Yeah, so you can kind of see the logic, right? Very, somewhat straightforward logic, but it's all good. Just a little mess up. But this is likely. I would have taken it very similar to this. If not, I would have trailed and done something like. I would have done trailing in some way. So let's go ahead and post this on Twitter. And let's put this in. I need to put this in my trading account. And yes, I have not finished putting this in my journal yet for yesterday. 9:39. Yeah, and the other thing is, it was not yet the macro. Like, you can see the market doesn't start going really until the macro. And then right at the start of the macro, I bet you we probably got a precision swing point, and then we went. Right? So that is another thing to consider, is I actually think this is a precision swing point. Let's check real quick. Yeah. Yeah, you can see this is a precision swing point on the 15-second, and it's right at 950, and then we go. There's the real one. Here's the one where time and price are not aligned. It's not the macro. You can't see my screen. You guys see the difference, right? This precision swing point was right at the start of the macro. This one, it's 939. Is that a macro? No. Is 940 a macro? No. Is 950 a macro? Yes. Is 940 a macro? No. So you see the issue here? This precision swing point was at 950. And this was on the 30-second, right? The 15-second. Alright. It's a very subtle difference, but it makes a big difference. It really does. Like this. Yeah, it really does make a lot of sense. I mean, precision swing point at the start of the macro, precision swing point not at the start of the macro. Now, was this one delivering from the first time I got? Oh, you know what? It's because I'm marking it out badly. If I mark it out like this, which includes the volume imbalance, all of a sudden now we actually are using this first percent for value gap. Which, yeah, dang, I marked it out badly, and we actually were delivering right from consequent encroachment of that. Dang, bro. You guys see this, right? Like, see how cool like these markets are? I needed to include the volume imbalance in that. But then this precision swing point, bang, right there. On that 15-second precision swing point, you're in. Last month, I made first payout from Tradeify with liquidity sweep IFG model, then below. Then I bought today and I passed one account. Dang! Hey, at least you're back in the game, you know? You passed an account. That's great, man. Yeah, just stick with me, stick in my streams. We're gonna be banking, man. We're gonna keep showing up, and inevitably we will bank. We will 100%. I know it. So yeah. Uh. So yeah, this would have been average RR would have been what? Let's do a calculator to figure this out. So average RR would have been, and guys, all this is very important for me to journal. 2.38 or 2.4. 2.4. 4.27 plus 7.52 divided by 3. So average RR would have been 4.73. Final TP would have been 7.52. But you guys can see that if I took this exact same trade, but with this precision swing point off of the first center for value gap instead, if I took the exact same trade, but with this one instead, then this exact same trade works out. I'm on the wrong side of the curve. You guys see what I'm saying? This is on the left side of this market maker model. This is on the right side of the market maker model. It's the exact same trade. This is the exact same trade. Just time and price are now aligned because this is the macro. It's literally the exact same trade. How crazy is that? And it was delivering from CE. Like, you have to admit, that is pretty cool. It's the exact same trade, just now time and price were aligned. So I'm gonna make some notes about this. So this trade is an interesting one. Today was one of the hardest days ever for me psychologically, logically, because I knew the entire weekly profile, knew the bias, knew the draw on liquidity, called the market front to back, knew where it was going to go, yet getting the entry was easier, was a struggle, and I watched price run without me, giving me FOMO. Then I eventually took a PSP off the first presented for value gap, which I thought was good enough, but the thing is, time and price were not aligned yet to go to London high. We had no internal liquidity sweep, and guess when we did go to London high. And guess what? We got a PSP on the other side of the curve on the 15-second, delivering from the first presented for value gap. Perfectly tapping CE. and was right at the start of the macro. And guess what? That one worked perfectly. Goes to show why macros and aligning price with time is so important. Overall, I knew the bias, knew the draw on liquidity, even knew what but if time and price are not aligned, the market will not reward you. Lesson learned. But yeah, you guys kind of see what I'm saying, right? There's a PSP on the 15 second on the opposite side of the curve. Now you can take profit TP1 at this high, TP2 at the RTH fill, and then TP3 at London. And now this trade works perfectly, right? And so this is what I'm saying when you just got to align time and price here. We were so close, but and you can see how perfectly we tap CE there. Same exact trade, timing was different. And then we had S&T with ES here. I bet we used a 5-minute gap too. Yeah, Jake trades it implied 5-minute gap. I'm trying to think what to call these because people are gonna get upset if I call them implied gaps. But that's what they are. But they're not the official ICT implied gap. So I don't know. Once again, my definition of macro is macro ends when the drawn liquidity hits. So you can see the drawn liquidity gets hit. This is the end of the macro. I don't care about the macro anymore. Macro's over. You guys see this though, like the way the market, like we actually needed to time and price to be aligned here. It is interesting, you know, like I had the exact right idea, but time and price were not aligned. $9.50 seal of FA. Oh, I did $8.50. Shoot. I mean, yeah, it's pretty crazy, like genuinely. And I bet you we probably went one projection of maybe like the 30-second bodies or something, or maybe the 15-second. Yeah, let's see. Right? You see that? And we went half a projection too. Then we went up 2 projections. So sick. Right? You guys kind of see this, right? We have an accumulation. Like, it's very definable. It's very definable. We have a manipulation. And then macro starting. Bang! It's just, it's so readable. It's crazy. Like, this is, the precision is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. Then we went up 1 projection, 2 projections, right? This is crazy. You can see how range projections will work on the 15-second. What up, Javier? Like, is this not just the coolest thing? And then you can take this range projection up 2. So we will down 1, 1, 2, 3, up 2, up to London. You can see how this is like the most precise thing, right? Nice, bro. Nice. Guys, at the end of the day, it's just all just getting a little better. And every day, I get a little better. Every day. I always get a little better. And it compounds. It just does. It just does. And you see kind of how the range projections play a role in this trade here. Once again, tapping CE of that first percent for value gap is just beautiful. And you see kind of what I'm saying. Why is this 14? That's way too big. And we could even look and see, hey, oh, whoops. Is this aligned with quarterly theory, right? Because where's the true open on the low time frame? I'm gonna pull up my spreadsheet. Actually, guys, I'm going to make a channel for so I'm gonna actually add this real quick. So share, copy link. Why did you stop using gold block levels? I've never stopped using gold block levels. Gold block levels are amazing. I still use them, but I don't look at them a ton because um but I do look at them. It's just yeah, there's not gold block levels are really precise. It's just I'm trying to think of how to explain it. Like, I don't know. Liquidity is the most important thing. So gold block levels will be, they add sharpness to the blade, but you gotta have liquidity first. But yeah, I've never stopped using gold block. So yeah, I just put that true opens document in there in case anyone needs that. But yeah, just insane, guys. Everyone go on my Twitter and follow and like my stuff because I'm about to post and I really want more followers on Twitter because I suck at Twitter. I suck at X. Guys, please follow me on X. I suck at X. All right. So once again, I messed this up. It is what it is. Okay, so for this trade, I will give it post-trade approval. No, I would not take again because once again, time and price were not aligned. Today was March 5th, 2026. If it ever looks like I stop using something, guys, I hope you know it's certainly not the case. I still use stuff that like I've discovered in my very beginning months of trading. I still use everything. It just compounds and um, I just kind of put it on the back burner sometimes, but I still use basically everything. I mean, you guys see how precise AMD is, right? Like this is like verifiably obviously measurable. Like this is objective. Period. Like guys, accumulation, manipulation, it's perfect. It's perfect. It's perfect. It's perfect. And then yeah, SMT with that low. I wanted to see. Oh yeah, the true open. Was there a low time from true open? That's the whole point I got this out. Nine what? 950.37. So I think that got souped right there. But we need the one before that. 928. Okay, that one was used over there. Okay, so we don't have a true open here, which is fair. Guys, I'm gonna need to make my implied for value gaps have a different name than ICT implied gaps, or I could just not care, because a lot of people are gonna be like, dude, that's not an implied gap, and I'm gonna be like, bro, I know. It's just my version works. So I don't know. I'll have to think about it. So anyway, am I done with this? I put the notes in. Okay, let's get a tweet going. Let's have ChatGPT help me with this. Okay. Shorten it because it's too long. Still 127 characters too long. All right, everyone, go like this, please. I need what's it called? I need more followers and people like my stuff on Twitter, if you want. Yeah, guys. Yeah, guys. Everyone go like this if you yeah. I just Yeah, everyone who wants to go like this. Oh, I have forms. I wonder if there's anyone watching this. Man, I am. It's all good. It's all good. There's two watching. Let's go. But yeah, you guys can kind of see like why this is so frustrating for me, right? Like it's the exact same trade, just on the other side of the curve. So yeah, I marked out the first line for value gap incorrectly when I first marked this out actually because you need to mark it out including the volume imbalance. I kind of forgot that. But yeah, anyway. Let's go ahead and post this on Reflect IQ. I need to do yesterday's trades as well, so this might take a little bit. Seal of FA no longer has a 100% win rate. Dang it. It was fun while it lasted. Oh, I didn't put it in the low key. I think I might just pay for more storage on my Google account. I think I actually probably will. It just makes it easier. I'm actually gonna do that right now. It's only like a $1 a month, I think. $100 GB of storage is only $49 a month. That's worth it. 49 cents a month. Oh, and then it's $199 a month after. Ugh. Is that worth it? Probably, because I save so much stuff on Google Drive. If I change my mind later, I'll cancel it. Okay, so now I can actually include all my trades in my Google account, which is nice. Okay. Okay, here's the first image. Here's the second image. Yeah, so with my implied gaps, I'm going to call my implied gaps regular, I'm just going to call them implied gaps, and then for ICT's implied gaps, I'm just going to call them ICT implied gaps. And I really do not care what anyone thinks. Hopefully that makes sense because they're different, right? My implied gaps are different than ICT's implied gaps. So I am going to refer to my implied gaps. Simply, I just write notes for myself to remember. And then anytime there is an official ICT implied for value gap, I will refer to it an ICT implied FVG. Alright. Because once again, like, you gotta trade with what makes sense to you, and that's what matters. So, anyway. I need to journal yesterday and the day before. Oh, I need to put this in Reflect IQ. That's right. Boom. And then that's not it. That's not it. It's this one. Alright. Let's go. I'm so happy they fixed that glitch with infinite loading. Okay, let's record the ones from yesterday. Let's record the trades from yesterday. Let's just get it done. So yesterday, man, I loved that 1 hour pin bar today. Actually, I kind of have to use the bathroom first. Okay, hang on. I gotta use the bathroom. I don't know if Javier's watching still, but I need to learn inside bars from Javier eventually. Like, actually. It's important. Alright. So, let's go look at the trades I took yesterday. I took There's a really nice one. That was a win. That was right here. So let's review this from yesterday. So I think it was on the 1 minute or the 2 minute. Yeah, it was on the 2 minute. So you can kind of see the outside bar, right? We basically outside bar 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-ish candles. But in reality, it's the most important one is this one. So there's the outside bar low. There's the close. And here we, you can see it's an outside bar because we take this candle's high. Right, so there's the outside bar. And yeah, then I just knew the bias. I knew the bias. I wasn't bearish. I knew that we were expanding, so I knew if this is an L or LR run, we're likely just gonna continue up. And we were delivering from probably a Reaper, actually. Oh man, not quite. I think we're delivering from this one, actually. Yeah, you can see there it is. And that one makes more sense because that's the highest one, huh? So, did I have this marked out yesterday? I am curious, actually. Should I watch the live stream? I'm going to watch the live stream because I'm curious. I probably had the Reaper marked out. It's not that hard to see. Oh, there's 2 watching still. Let's go. So, yeah, I'm going to pull up the live stream and see if I marked out the Reaper yesterday. Here it is. Wait, no, that was 2 days ago.
Sora 2 video generation is not available in our region.
It is if you're on Artlist.
Alright, guys. This is a very long stream. Yeah, see? I had it marked out. How long did it take me to notice the Reaper? That's what I want to know. If I had the Reaper noticed all the way back here, I'm curious. Yeah, unfortunately I didn't notice it until then, but if I noticed it earlier, I could have taken the Reaper Abyss off of it. There it is. I noticed it right there. Let's watch this. Maybe like here to here. This actually doesn't. Maybe this is a decent confluence, high confluence area. Actually, it might be better to use this one. Right there. That's the one. 30 seconds. So there was definitely a Reaper Abyss there. Anyway, I was expecting continuation because all this is LRLR. The question is to where. That's kind of, because obviously I'm still bullish, but up to what? There's an untapped BPR. What about on the daily? Is there a daily thing? Is there 12 hour, 6 hour, 4 hour? Yeah, an untapped BPR. So you could have been targeting this untapped BPR. It just kind of depends. When did we run it? Yeah, so this was kind of where we wanted to go, was this untapped 4-hour BPR. So that would have been the final draw. Man, once you realize just the markets are this precise, then it opens your eyes so much to like, hey, I should stop blaming my losses on the market and my strategy, and I should actually learn. And then you realize how it's actually so much more precise than you ever could have imagined. So yeah, unfilled 4-hour or untapped. You can see that's eventually where we went. But yeah, I was targeting here. And I think it was a 5-minute gap. Yeah, so it's a 5-minute, might even be a suspension block. It's a 3-minute gap. I like it as a 3-minute gap most. So 3-minute gap. And then you can just kind of tell that it was just high resistant. And then from here, meaning high resistant, meaning every time we push down. Once again, my definition of high resistance liquidity, I actually figured out it's a little different than ICTs. And, well, I don't know if it's very similar, but I don't know if it's the exact same. And honestly, I don't really care because it makes sense to me. And I'm going to use what makes sense to me, so. But this is obviously, bang, rejecting this. Delivering from this Reaper. And I just knew the bias. That was the main thing, is I knew the bias. So let's check true opens. That's okay. So we need a new. We need to use the other 90-minute true open here. There it is. There's the 90-minute true open. And then, where's the low time frame one? What a beautiful trade, actually. I'm very proud of this trade. This was actually so nice. Wait. Okay, where's the 22-minute? Let's check the cheat sheet. 11:20. Yeah, 11:20 37. Man, we gotta scroll back quite a ways, huh? No, dang it. So right in here. So this one's 11:20 37.5. And I will slowly clean up the rest of them. Because I'm having too many. Too many templates. And then I think the best part about this is there was SMT. I think that's the cherry on the cake, actually. Was there? I thought there was. Must have been with YM because I thought there was SMT. Yeah, there you go. You can see there's SMT right there with YM. So yeah, this was a beautiful trade. I don't regret the fact that I went break even, but in the future, or not break even, that I showed my stop in the future, honestly, I think having conviction is not a bad idea. Because I could have just held it to where I wanted to, which was up here. This was my TP. So this is how I was taking this. Here, project this out 2 projections. 1, 2. So you can see right here was kind of my idea. 2 projections. Bang. Two projections. High resistant liquidity run. SMT with YM. The bottom of this gap. Delivering from Reaper. So once again, if I was a perfect trader, I should have probably held it. Unfortunately, I am not a perfect trader. That would be crazy if I was. So because of that, I trailed when honestly kind of didn't need to. Let's just look at this objectively, right? So 2-minute outside bar. If I took it as I wanted to, it would have hit here, and then I would have taken profit. Bang, right? Had I been perfect, this is what the trade would have looked like. But not perfect. $11.25 outside bar, 2-minute, ideal. Instead, what I did is I could only have one con, so I went trail here. And then I trailed it. I actually don't think that is a terrible decision. You know, it's very logical, right? Especially with when we started displacing up again. I don't know. I actually kind of think I did this perfectly right now that I'm looking at this. Because in reality, we should have just gone up there. Or the better decision was to take profit prior to this imbalance. Or just to take profit here. A lot of ways I could have managed this better, but I do think I managed it pretty decently. Yeah, I do think I did. I mean, you can't complain too much. This is really a strong trade. Yeah. So yeah, honestly, what I should have done is no trailed stop. But if I had two cons, I would do TP1 and TP2. I'm at 11.26. So yeah, okay. Best way to take this would have been no trailing stop, but instead project this out. Um, take profit at this. Actually, all off at two projections. So I would just do two like this. I think this would have been the most ideal in just this situation. No trailing stop. Yeah, that's what I would do if I could redo this. Now you could have stop loss below the outside bar, but this is one where it's just like, we're probably not gonna come back all the way down there. So, and then break even obviously within here. Yeah, so this is the way I would have taken this ideally if I'd been perfect. So, and what I'm realizing is technically, if I'm taking this trade as an outside bar, it's actually an 11:26 outside bar, not 11:24, because this is 11:26 is when it closes. So that's something I'm realizing. I should start notating it like when it closes, not when the candle was. Bang. So once again, had I taken this correctly, it would have been, average would have been 1.6 and then final would have been 2. And then yes and yes, it was a great trade. Okay, oh, we got to put notes in. Okay. Let's put this one in Reflect IQ. And then we're almost done. I'm almost done. Just got one more. Okay, so there we go. And then the other one was break even. What was the other trade I took? We're gonna have to go in the live stream and look. I don't even remember. What does it say? It just says break even. Okay. Let me go look. There's still 2 people watching. That's crazy. I don't know. This is probably like a really boring stream, but hey, W. 3 watching. Dang. Yeah. So, okay. So now we're going to go back in live, figure out the other trade. I think it was a break even trade. 2 watching. Let's go. Another 30 seconds. By the way, guys, we should. Before I end the stream, I want to look at the.
What's that?
I just built a budgeting app in Base 44.
Guys, Nina just built
Like an outside bar here. I want to go look and see the down here if there was a Reaper gap. There was an outside bar there though. I actually did tape read that. That was kind of cool. What was the break even trade? It was, oh yeah. This one. This is interesting, guys. So I kind of really liked this trade, actually. You guys can see, I think. Let's go. I think what happened is we wicked out all the lows. Oh, and then we had this massive SMT. I actually really don't mind this. You can see how clean it is. The only thing is there is an external gap. So what ended up happening, right? We ended up getting pretty nice displacement through it. I went break even there. And then got break evened out. Yeah, I think the main thing is, okay, that external gap was kind of there in the way. That was the main thing. You guys see that, right? And then finally we go up, and now at this point there's no external gap, and then we just deliver. Now, yeah, sometimes you can anticipate external gaps to be broken, but I don't know. Yeah, I was right to anticipate that could be broken, but I think I did the right thing, honestly. I took the trade I liked. It was break even, and that was the end of it. I don't think I did anything too terrible, honestly. I went break even at this high, and then I was probably going to target here. This really could have worked out really nicely. I think we manipulated both true opens. There was a true open prior to this. What was it? 10:58:07. Wait, 10:50. I'm at 10:58. Yeah, I definitely traded this. This was definitely a decent trade. Once again, high resistant liquidity delivering from a 3-minute gap here. I think the main thing is there's an external gap. I think that's what made it hard, honestly. Probably would have gone something like this. Pretty beautiful though, because it's like you can see how close it is to correct. Was definitely correct to go break even where I did. That's for sure. 11:19. Outside bar. 15-second. Live. Hey, what up, Hyper? Dude, I haven't seen you in forever. There's two Hyper ICTs, but I don't know which one you are. But I know I haven't seen either of you in a long time. So what up, bro? It's been a long time. So yeah, I'm reviewing the break-even trade from yesterday, and what I'm looking at is I'm looking at this outside bar, and I went break-even super fast because we were either gonna go up or not, and honestly, I think the external gap is the reason that it failed. I think that I it's weird because how's the journey so far? Dude, every day I get a little better. It's awesome. But I think the reason this failed is because there's an external gap on the low time frame and on the high time frame, right? Here's external gap on the high time frame, and then here's external gap on the low time frame. And so it's one thing to anticipate an external gap to get broken, but it's another thing to expect the high time frame and the low time frame external gaps to both get broken. And I think that was a big mistake, right? Because, yeah, you can just see there's both of these. Did I already screenshot this? Yeah, I did. So honestly, post-trade approval, but would not take again because there's an external gap on the high time frame and low time frame. Definitely an okay trade, but it makes sense why it didn't work out because there was an external gap on both the high time frame and low time frame. I was anticipating the external gap to get broken, but it's one thing to anticipate one external gap to get broken. It's another to anticipate both the high time frame and low time frame ones to get broken. So that's why this failed, in my opinion. Okay trade, but would not take again. Hey, we love the hearts. We love the hearts. So I'm basically done with journaling now. Yeah, every day I just get a little better. So this would have been average TP of about 3.5 and then final TP of 4.3, 3.5, 4.3. This was at 11:19. We appreciate the hearts so much, guys. Thank you. 11:19 Wednesday, March 4th. 405. All right. And yeah, that is basically why that failed, in my opinion. It's because of the double external gaps. There's two of them. Journaling is just as important as backtesting, and which is just as important as live trading and tape reading. They're all important. They all are. Cause I gotta learn from what I do wrong, you know. Okay, bang. So let's go put this in Reflect IQ. It's a break-even trade, March 4th. And then okay, there you go. So I'm done journaling. Yeah, I think now I want to look at both. There's two different trades essentially. Man, I also want to look at that Venom model today. The Venom model today was so pretty. It was so beautiful. You guys see me call it out live too? I said, we're getting Venom. I said it. I said, we're getting Venom model right here. It was on the 32nd. I'll save that for backtesting later. Yeah, I'll save it for backtesting later, but actually, nah, I changed my mind. It's just too cool. Right? So, boom. I would consider this the Venom candle right here. Yeah, I literally said, guys, this is gonna be Venom, and then it was. Getting better at spotting Venom. And yeah, so and then I'll look at the Reaper gap after this. Yeah, this whole thing from here to here is basically the OB. So combine those two. And then you can see how the market used this. So sick. I called this live. You guys don't believe me? Go watch the stream. Go watch it back. Go watch exactly when this happened. I called it. I said, yo, this is Venom. I'm not taking the reason you're like, well, why didn't you take it if you call it live? Because I'm not confident enough in my skill to call them live, but I did call it. I'm still getting better with calling Venoms live. So, Venom. And then, yeah, you can see we just went higher off of that. Now, okay, I want to look at true opens as well. I think that it's just so beautiful the way everything kind of fit together. We got to take a look. Hold on. I think there was SMT with... There were so many reasons I wanted to be bullish here. I remember everything. It was like... I might have to go back in the live stream. There was some kind of SMT. It was with ES. Wait, what? There was SMT though. I know there was. Okay, now we got to go back in the stream and look because I want to know. I know. I'm done journaling, but I still want to. I want to backtest just a tiny little bit. I want to backtest just a tiny little bit because I'm interested in this Venom and I'm interested in the Reaper Abyss from yesterday. Yo, Jake, check DM. Okay. So yeah, I know. I'm done journaling, but I still want to keep. I want to keep backtesting for just a little bit longer. Oh dang, there's 4 watching. Let's go. Yeah, so I am going to look at Javier's DM real quick. Javier sent me a DM. Jeesh. There you go. You're in longs. W. Yeah, I'm not analyzing current price right now, but maybe I should, but I don't know. I'm interested in this Venom model right now. Okay, so let's go ahead and... But yeah, that's great, bro. Nice. I'm going to go ahead and give you that. Okay, so back to the screen. So, we had since the morning. That's awesome. We had... Oh yeah, we're going to go in the live stream. This was... Nope, this is the wrong day. 3 watching, let's go. Alright, good. And yeah, I know I should have been on the whole live trading window, but to be fair, I was pretty upset with what happened. I was like... I sometimes if I'm that upset, I know I shouldn't even be watching the charts. So that's why. Because I called everything. So then I even called the inversion for value gap. And then here you go, 30-second Venom. And okay, yeah, here are the confluences. So we swept out London low. We had an SMT. We had the RTH gap above. So where is the SMT? That's what I'm trying to figure out because I do not see the SMT, honestly. Where the heck was it? Oh. With this low. Yeah, SMT with YM. I see it now. So SMT with YM. Sweep of London low. Pretty clear that we had absorption here. We probably had absorption here and here. Actually, this is a propulsion block too. Right? So SMT with YM, sweep of London low. Below every true open. And I actually am so curious if this is a GB range, because if so, this fair value gap is going to be crazy precise. Then all of this is low resistance. LRLR. And then all this is LRLR. And then I would target the data high with this Venom, honestly. I would not be surprised if this is a gold block dealing range at all. I would not be surprised. Because it's very typical of these GB ranges to have a order block and a fair value gap, and then expand to an opposing external high, and then also have a liquidity sweep. It's very typical. Let's go ahead and check. Let's check. Let's go ahead and check. I think it will be. My guess is yes, but we'll see. Where is it? It's still not up here yet. Oh. Brought it up too high. Almost. Once again, it's almost like it's fitting in a GB range, but shifted in fourths, not halves. You guys see what I'm saying? And this is something I've observed so many times. So yeah, it's almost like it's fitting in a GB range, shifting in halves. So if it was to be shifted in halves, then this Venom model, the high of the fair value gap should be right at equilibrium between these two. You guys see what I'm saying? I know it's sounding crazy, but just bear with me, right? The high of the fair value gap should be at the equilibrium point between those two. And yeah, we do have a fair value gap there. So it's like, it's almost like I wish the indicator allowed us to shift it in fourths. I wish it did. I don't know why it doesn't. But anyway, if it did allow us to do that, then clearly this would fit inside a GB range. I don't know if that made any sense, guys, but if you were able to shift this in fourths, it would definitely fit inside a GB range perfectly. I don't know why the indicator doesn't let us do that, but anyway, yeah, sweep of London. We have low time frame LRLR, high time frame LRLR, and then even higher time frame LRLR. Yeah. So this was just super nice. And then as well, it's a propulsion block because OB, PB. So take it like this. Either take the Venom model like this, off the Venom candle. By the way, we sweep out this low. Nice little internal sweep. Also, something else we can check is absorption. Let's check absorption real quick. Because if we had absorption within the propulsion block, then we're like pretty confident in this trade, you know. What's it called? SP Pro X. So once again, this LRLR is rocket fuel. It's gonna expand us up to data high. Oh yeah, and then we were gonna look at true opens. I keep forgetting. I keep forgetting to check that. So yeah, we're below 730. And I was saying this whole time. I was like, guys, we're below every true open as well. And then we have the 90-minute true open, which is 9:22:30. Yeah, look at that. Look at how this true open gets manipulated. Just like it's almost like it's just perfect. It's almost it really is. Manipulation. The order block that manipulated the true open ends up being the Venom candle. Then what? What's the low time frame true open? And I will screenshot this, but hold on. Just 1 second. The low time from true open is I think 9:28:07. So what happens here? 9:28:07 forms within this candle. And then obviously we manipulate that as well. I'm not going to include that in the screenshot. I'm just going to include this. Yeah, you can definitely split Gobak into fourths. 100%. I just don't know. Yeah, I don't know. There's something you can definitely do it. I just don't know. I need to build an indicator that allows me to. So there's different ways you can take Venom. You can take Venom on the order block. What this was today. 9:28 Venom on the 32nd, number 1. And you can also enter Venom on the IOFED entry like that. And then as well, we can go, we can take this as a propulsion block as well. So ignoring this, now let's just look at the fact that this is an OB and a PB. Right? So this is an OB. No, this is a PB actually, I was what I meant to say. OB, PB, and then you just see how it just clearly gives the vibes of a propulsion block. And then acceleration, right? So you could take this as a propulsion block. And then my favorite way is going to be dynamis. So we're going to have some kind of low time frame change in state or delivery off of the propulsion block, and that's my dynamis model. So 927 or 928. And then yeah, let's drop down to an even lower time frame. And we're gonna have a delivery out of this. So like this, bang. And it's nice because we also inverse a gap. Boom. And yeah, I would take this via IPG of this. It's pretty cool, huh? $9.29 dynamis, 30-second length, 5-second. Okay, now I want to look at that Reaper gap from yesterday, and then I'll be done. So, like I said, we found this Reaper gap. I want to see in what ways can we get a trade off of this Reaper gap. Let's get rid of all this, because we knew this Reaper gap was likely to hold, and we saw it holding. Was there SMT with this? So yeah, remember this outside bar? Remember this one? Just made 890 in XAU? Heck yeah, bro. Heck yeah. Remember this outside bar, which I called live? Now, I don't know if I love it because there's an external gap here and an external gap here. So I don't know if I would take that one. But clearly within here, we end up retesting the change in state. So right here, which is also an inducement of this low, right? So we're pairing a change in state with an inducement. So having known that this was my Reaper Abyss model, I think I would have liked to have taken this inversion for value gap. I didn't realize that though at the time. But now that I see this, I'm like, dang, wait a second. This was actually a really good trade. Hey, thank you, bro. Much love. And I'm trying to help all you guys as well. We're all gonna make it, bro. We're all gonna make it. So yeah, you can see there's your change in state. So this is my Reaper Abyss model. Once again, change state off the Reaper. That's what my Reaper Abyss model is. Boom. And then project this out. And we got LRLR right at 7 projections. So that's where we could go 4 projections. You can see that was a good target. But 7 projections is a good target as well. So yeah, there's how you would take the Reaper Abyss. This is the other thing I wanted to take a look at before I ended the stream. So. And actually, I think you want to measure it like that. Yeah, I think you want to measure it like that. There you get a much cleaner measurement, actually. Yeah. See what I'm saying, right? From this low to the change in state, it's a much cleaner measurement. And then we go right to 4 projections, right to 7 projections. Clean, super clean trade. And once again, I don't have to take this soup. I can go and say, okay, I'm expecting a soup here. Dope. Okay, we get the soup. I'm taking this IPG. Makes sense, guys. Like, that's the power of just understanding the markets at a deeper level. Is you don't need to take the trades that are more advanced. You can just understand them to be able to get on side with the market, right? That's why I like them. And you can see this is also during the macro, right? So once again, macro time is actually so important. So 950. So I usually do from the entry to the drawn liquidity. So entry, drawn liquidity. And you can see how perfect that is. Yeah. 1050 to 1110 macro. Whoops. A minute. How cool is that, guys? Once again, I don't need to take this soup. I don't need to take it. I can just understand it's going to be a soup. And then maybe I take this IFG here. Maybe I take this IFG here. Maybe I take the change state delivery here. Right? This is just understanding the markets at a deeper level just allows me to get on side with the market better. That's all. I don't have to take this trade. This was yesterday. All right, that's all I wanted to review today. The thing is, so I'm gonna have change instead of delivery or inversion for value gap off the Reaper be Reaper Abyss, but then honestly, if it's a pin bar or an outside bar off the Reaper, then I'll consider it hand of FA. Similar to how change state delivery or inversion for value gap off the new day opening gap or new week opening gap is my shadow model. CSD or IFG off an NDOG or NLOG. Equals my shadow model. And CISD or pin bar, outside bar off of NDOG, off of NDOG or NLOG equals hand of FA. Okay, guys, I'm gonna be done. Thank you guys so much.